Say starting there.
What up? What up? We are the Natural Born Foods Podcast. I'm your host, Damon Gregory Fikes, alongside my co-host, Charity Two Code Nicole. And we got the original Titty Boy, Sam Saran Washington. What up, y'all?
I got my big T-shirt on.
I know you do, Daddy. Hey, what's
Hi,
good?
boys.
What's up?
How y'all doing?
What's up? Not too bad.
Season
I ain't
2.
talked to y'all in a minute.
This season 2.
This season 2.
Apparently.
Right. The comeback.
Yeah, you know,
we was on hiatus.
The comeback.
Thanks for acknowledging that because you guys have reached a world record in not showing up for fucking work.
we was on hiatus. Don't worry about it.
That's all right. I had to graduate. I told y'all.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. This is the
I mean, I haven't
graduation show.
actually graduated, but I had to finish. Now I'm done.
Right.
Now it's just a graduation process. But yeah, thank you guys.
Oh no, when is that?
When you walking?
I'm virtually walking in September.
You gonna walk across the laptop? Okay.
Just give me my paper. I'm good.
Right.
Yeah, when I get my master's, I'll attend that one. That'll be good.
It's a lot of females doing that. I know about 5 of them doing it right now, going for their masters. Like that's the goal now.
You might as well. It's a little under a year and a half. They allow you to take one class at a time, but it's a breeze. Like once you finish that level and you get to the second level, it really is a breeze. So. Enough on that note.
Okay.
Enough on that note.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about Kendrick. We're talking about the Kendrick drop.
What's up, K Dot?
I went through it. I got to go through it again. It's like a lot. It's a lot to unpack. Yeah. But the two songs on there. Well, the one song is with him and old girl going back and forth.
Oh, I just got done telling us about that before you. I told him, I said, it feels like you're literally in a heated argument with your mate, with your spouse, with the person. It just brings back so many memories of toxicity, right? And that's what I love about his craft, his art, is that he helps you identify yourself in his music as Black people, or as people, period, because so many other races relate to him. What do you guys think?
I think it was so dope. And I'm gonna break it all the way down how dope I thought it was. You ever listen to a song and you anticipate to hear the song and you're listening to it, it's by a dope artist. And I get that way with like Wayne, Jay-Z. You listening to the song and you waiting for that moment where it gets corny or it falls off or they break the rhythm or they don't stay on point. That song went the whole entire song. And then got higher, and they just killed it lyrically back and forth. The creativity was just dumb on that. But for me, it felt like, you ever been at somebody's house and they get into it with a girl right there in front of you?
Yes.
I didn't feel like that. I felt like I was that third party.
Yeah.
Right? And I was sitting there just listening to them go back and forth. That's how I felt about it. But it was dope.
I listened to it in the car with Anna, and he didn't say anything, honestly, but he was silent. And I think it made him feel a way, but as a man, not going to identify with it, but it wasn't something that made him say he loved it, and it wasn't him say he hated it, because he's such a critic of Kendrick, because he knew Kendrick and had been around him already as K-Dot, so he is looking at him through a different spectacle than we are, and being out there as an actual rapper. But it just humbled him as a man.
It'll do that. And you, like in that song, you can see bits of yourself if you're gonna be honest with yourself. You feel me?
Yeah. I was thankful that I don't do that. Like, I was thankful that that's not me, that's not my life, that's not my relationship. But we're so familiar with it, right?
Well, as I could see myself at some points in time when I was younger, little bits
Yeah.
going through that song. I'm not a toxic person, but I've seen toxic traits in myself when I hear him going back and forth with her about that. And I've been in situations like that. I've seen situations like that. So that song was hard.
With me,
a lot of emotion. Tell us
with
about the 5 song you love so much.
right, that's where it started with me. The Heart Five,
The hard five.
that Marvin sample, and then the flow and that that Nipsey ending verse. It's like you really felt like you was Nipsey and old boy that killed him. The way the nigga was just spitting the shit. So I still ain't got past that part yet. The video dope and all that shit, but the
video helped me understand the song because I listened to the song twice before I seen the video that night that it dropped.
Right.
I
For
listened.
real?
I have the Rap Life, from Apple Music on my phone. So anything that is new, Rap Life puts it in the playlist. That's Ebro and them.
But
On
that's where
Apple
he got
Music.
he got the backlash from. That's what I
Oh
was telling you.
yeah,
Like,
like and
Ebro?
even bringing up a topic.
no. Kendrick on that
Let's
video.
talk about Kendrick putting Kodak on his album, saying that Kodak pled guilty, to rape. And he's still, the backlash he's getting because he did a song with Kodak Black, and
Kodak
basically
Black all through that album.
Kodak Black is
On
considered a
that
rapist. Like, he's being compared to the modern day, Jesus, like Nip was, you know what I'm saying? Like the black folk savior in a hip hop sense. When
Right.
I say, the black Jesus, that's what I'm talking about, Jesus of hip hop.
Right.
But he's receiving so much backlash because he did things, even on the 5 song, morphing into OJ, morphing into Kanye,
I thought that was
because these
dope.
are all black men that are, a victim to society, regardless of whatever, you know what I'm saying? And it was just so crazy how when I seen him morph into Kanye, I was on vacation, so I had opportunity to watch more TV than I normally get in, and I had the
Right.
opportunity to watch the Kanye
documentary.
series on Netflix. Jesus,
Yeah. It's dope. I still haven't seen it.
it's amazing.
Really.
That boy,
Amazing. It's amazing. It helps you understand this crazy ass man a little bit more. But I thought it was just so dope because he's so troubled by the world,
Right.
and Kendrick also too is, but his life is not on the forefront. But he too has the
Because he
same
makes
demons
it that way.
battles.
He
Yeah, he makes it
structures
that
his
way, but
life
he
like
still
that.
battles the same demons. He still battles the same demons. You know what I'm
Right.
saying, that these men
but
have, and one of them can be succumb to, their life, just like Nip did. But yeah, I think that he is an artist.
now
Right.
Artist.
as far as the album, I was skimming through it on the way to work. I go through albums. Let me hear the music first. So if
Right.
that
Yeah.
music, I know what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Um, if I would do the one, and I only went through it once, so I'm like, give me 3 times. But from the first time, if I did 1 to 10, I got about 6 on the beats. But that don't take away from what Kendrick is. Like, you know what I mean? He that nigga.
That's all
Right.
Dre though. Y'all know that. That's all Dre,
Dre didn't do
right?
that.
I
Dr.
ain't even
Dre.
skim. I ain't even skimmed through like the production or
For
nothing
real
like that.
did some
Album cover,
shit on there.
that shit hard.
Mm-hmm.
But
It
go
Yeah.
ahead.
is. What do you guys think about, our favorite topic of our topic of the show is always cheating. But what do you think about Kendrick admitting to cheating on his baby's mother when he was out, I want to say when he was out on tour, and just battling that demon and his sex addiction, and what do you guys feel about that?
He had a sex addiction?
Greg, you
In
so
the song, you
surface.
gotta listen to it.
Oh, sorry. Um,
So we'll give it some more time and we'll come back to it on the next show. How about that? Because we
Yeah.
we all haven't
But
gotten
that's
through the whole album.
like Jay did on 444.
I heard him admit it and being on tour, but I didn't hear about the sex addiction part. But
Yeah,
Well,
he just
it touched on it,
okay.
just being,
I mean, he was real vulnerable
exposed.
in this this album, real vulnerable.
Yes,
So
extremely. He took
you have to
time
be
though.
with,
Said the
He
yeah,
key
took
word.
he
time to give
always
you
did.
real life.
Fuck,
He took
Mm-hmm.
time.
he can't rap about shit
He
that he
always
don't
do.
know
Yeah, he
about. You
took real
feel me?
time. Say
Like that's the key word is real. Like Kendrick is a real motherfucker. He not finna
yeah,
rap about shit he's not doing and don't know about. Like he
right.
gonna give it
It
to
took
you.
him
So it
5
don't shock
years
me.
to grow, to you know what I'm saying, to grow as a person, to give you that real, that raw. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Niggas get in the studio and just be throwing albums out
Make
about
anything.
killing and shooting and drugs and Xannies
Exactly.
bars and this and that and a bitch and I fucked her and she sucked my dick and it's just like continuous albums of bullshit that's polluting our
Right.
minds. And this man took
Right.
time, you know what I'm
Well,
saying,
Mm-hmm.
to
he took
give us
time
give
to
us
do that
art
5 years.
to
You know
say
what I
again?
mean? That's why he took time. Through that 5 years, he
Right.
growing, doing, seeing what kind of music he having kids, having his
Mm-hmm.
relationship, going through that.
Yes.
So that's what
Yes.
he know. Like you say, other
Exactly.
niggas like hopping in the studio, get to rapping about bull. Nigga, nobody want to hear that shit.
Yeah,
You
nobody
know,
want to hear that
yeah,
shit all the
it's the art.
time. Like I want to hear it when I'm on my way to the club.
Right.
Who
Yeah.
album? Oh yeah, yeah. Right, exactly.
Any
It's a time
album.
and place for that. Yeah,
Any album.
I feel.
Right.
Like the YSL gang, Gunna and Tracy T and and the Duke
Yep.
Tracy T.
and Thug and all these cats. Like I want to listen to these cats when I'm on my way, you know, to the club. But any other time, it feels so you know, wrong to turn up to their music on my way to work. Like I try not to do that, you know, to myself just because of the energy that's in the music. It either makes me want to be
I
a
like all. I
fornicator.
like all.
Right. Shit.
I,
Yeah,
I
you need
like
to listen
all.
to gospel.
Want to listen to take a drink. But what do you guys
Right.
feel about these recent charges and all these arrests with the YSL Young Thug label, specifically with a Young Thug and with Gunna? How do you guys feel about that with these young cats going from Kendrick to
I'm
that?
right. I hate they got caught. Like you know what I mean. It is what it is. But I don't know too much about the case. I see the charges they guys murdering, selling pills, and you know they turning up and doing whatever they think. Um, I don't. I listen to Young Thug. I don't go get his albums. Gunna, I like. You know what I mean. So I don't like their history. I don't know too much about these dudes. They from Atlanta. I heard Big U speak on Gunna before, talking about he was a real young motherfucker, socking niggas out.
That's
You know what I
exactly
mean?
what
Like,
my dude said. That's what my dude said.
yeah,
That
you know what I'm saying?
Big U had vouched
So
for Gunner. Exactly.
exactly. But I can only wish the best for them because they got some car. Did y'all see the dog in the back seat?
Man,
Nigga.
listen, bro. The green dog had me weak. The dog, bruh. The dog.
They took
You
him
know
out.
they
Yeah.
sloppy. These young
Yeah,
in their country, and it's sad
Damn
because
it,
they
young.
don't know no better. And it's a label full of talent. I know a lot about them. I listen to their music.
I
I
know you
Right.
be
actually,
bumping.
Young Thug used to be my son, one of my sons. I think he probably still is, you know, one of my son's favorite rappers. So of course I listen to what my son listens to. And
Right.
now I love Thug. Like even when he had the skirt and the dress on, you know, I will spit a Young Thug album. Like I have
Right.
favorite albums by Young Thug. Like I
Right,
truly am
right,
a fucking fan of this dude. And
Right.
like I'm barely getting on to, you know, all these drill niggas from Chicago, but Young Thug I've always been a big fan of the A, like rappers coming out of the A. And I think that it's unfortunate that these dudes have not been instilled with the knowledge that they
They
let
don't
me
know how
talk.
to leave the
Let me
streets
fucking
where the
talk.
streets is at.
Stop
They don't
talking.
know how to do that.
Stop talking. So let me read this to
Right.
y'all. The charges that the police got him on tape saying is y'all didn't beat him up or shoot him or none yet. Y'all niggas is getting soft. A simple that simple shit. I swear to you, that's something that they read out that was recorded to him talking to, you know, his do
Right.
dirties is
Right.
that sentence. Y'all didn't beat him up or
His
shoot him or
dude
nothing yet.
dirty.
Do all your dirt.
Wow.
Like, and
Hey,
these young
wow.
niggas is really out here
Wait,
letting
and that's not on the album. They got him on tape saying that.
on tape, bro. So they got him on tape also putting a hit out on YFN Lucci, which is Lil Wayne's little daughter. That was her little dude before he went to jail. YFN Lucci is another rapper out of ATL that I like.
Right.
I done fell in love with the streets.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Y'all don't really know
hey,
these little rappers like that, but YFN
Trip.
Lucci was in jail already, and basically Young Thug had gave the niggas in jail to go to try to, murder him. They
Right.
got that on record too. So
So
Damn.
yeah,
one,
it's just
so one of
unfortunate.
the
Like,
niggas, one of the
say it
niggas
again.
that Young Thug fuck with wore a wire.
Right.
Who said that?
You,
Oh.
how did he get it on
Oh.
tape?
Well, that's
Because he
that's where the
followed it.
RICO come in.
Yeah, they've been casing him for so many years already.
That's
They've been
probably
Oh,
where the
watching him
RICO
for
came in.
years. Yeah, that's where the
okay.
RICO came in. He's been under investigation for quite some time now, and that's how you do it.
Well,
It's a
it's either
video
a
of 50
phone
Cent
wire.
saying that he'd rather fight a murder charge than fight a RICO case, because in a RICO case they got you. These niggas put this shit in their music. I listened to 42, that like probably the hardest album right now out of all the albums that have dropped. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody. No Kanye, not that little white boy. I don't want to hear it. But that
Jack
Not that
ESTG
little
42 Doug album, nigga, that shit bad.
Jack Harlow album is tight.
Okay, good. No, I can't listen to it all the
I
way through.
listened to it,
You can't
but
let it
I
play.
like.
You can't let it play. If you can't let an album play without skipping a song, then don't talk
I
to me
could
about
dig
it.
it. No, I could dig it.
That's
I could
that's
dig it.
how I grade an album. So
Right.
in that
How you,
case, all the albums that drop, that's the one right there that you could just let play for people who appreciate that type of down south, gutter music. But
Right.
42 Doug said the feds wasn't gonna stop him from selling raw H, and that nigga is under the jail. Yeah, bro, these niggas gotta
Right.
stop this shit. It's
ain't
embarrassing.
40 from Detroit?
Yeah, he is
Yeah.
a Detroit nigga. That's his.
Yeah.
I learn all this shit because I watch it on YouTube with my nigga, and then he has to break it all down to me. I said, "What is raw H? What is raw H?" He was like, "You know
Heroin.
what, bruh? Listen, bruh. They are telling you that they're selling heroin on their album.
I mean, but MCs have been doing that for a minute.
No,
They
they
just
haven't.
have.
They've been saying it
Yes,
in a
they
way that
have.
you can't put it against them in a court. How about
Nigga,
that?
this nigga's talking about selling birds, and Rick Ross talking about selling cocaine and yayo, and but the thing is, they're not doing it anymore.
Mm-mm.
So it's
Okay.
one thing when you're rapping about it and still doing it, because they could
Yeah.
build a case
Yeah,
against you,
but you
but if
gotta
they ain't got nothing, you ain't
understand,
got
like,
nothing.
and these rappers, even though they're saying it in telling a story, bro. They're telling
That
a
either
story.
past tense or they creating.
Yeah, but these current niggas is telling you what they really out here. They are in these YouTube
Doing
videos
what they
with
did
money to the
yesterday.
sky, with money
Right.
to the sky, talking about what
And
they
that's
done
the part
did
I
to
don't
it.
get.
And
They
that is
want to
the
keep
part
up
right
that.
there, bro.
I think some of them want to keep up that persona, and then some just don't know how to get out.
He's an ignorant
So
motherfucker trying to be a crime boss and a superstar. And it's sad to me because talent sitting in jail right now. Them
right,
niggas know how to write a beat so tough, you know, so cold, but they
right.
sitting in jail, you know,
I
and
know
it's
Young
just
Thug.
it's embarrassing. Say it again,
I know that. I said I know Young Thug's sick right now.
I know they all sick.
bro. Because he put that hit out on YFN Lucci, they have him sitting in a cemented cell,
They
with
in
no
the cell.
windows, a big bright light on, and food that is inedible. Um,
How
to
you know?
go from your life being serious and extravagant to being
To
in a
that?
brick. Yeah, that right there,
No,
you got to
Chancho.
be a strong nigga. And I'm gonna tell you something. Like, you could look at Young Thug Baby. He had a baby with straight silver fronts. Talking about I'm motherfucking tired. That little baby that says she motherfucking tied with them silver
Oh
frames.
yeah.
That's his child. That's his
Wow.
child. That's his baby. So you see where they come from.
Right.
And the depth, unfortunately, even though they rap so well, I don't know why the fuck they think the feds ain't paying attention to niggas in the South that come from nothing having things. Like, are you stupid?
Right.
Are
Especially
you
if you
fucking
kicking up gang
stupid?
activity.
You are. You're stupid. Stupid. So to understand it is like I'm not gonna sit here and praise no nigga like Young Thug. I'm gonna praise Kendrick. I'm gonna appreciate and love and always, make my choice for the greatest or the GOAT, or your top three or your top five. It's always gonna be Kendrick because his craft, his creativity, he's so clever. He's such a genius. And niggas is not deep. Niggas are so surface. So much credit for this surface ass
Right.
shit. You know what I
But surface
mean?
shit sell.
He touched on the gays, like he talked about, his
That
occupation
song
and
was dope too. That
yeah,
song
that was
was dope.
interesting.
He did that.
It's one song I listened to twice. It was called N95. I like that one. It was called N95, I think, like that. And then but I gotta go through Kendrick. I gotta go through Dot's album again. You know
Right.
what I mean? But I like to hear it with the music. So I gotta hear that shit in my car beat,
Yeah,
you know
you
what I
gotta
mean?
hear, yeah, with like the good surround sound type sound. Um,
Exactly.
let's close the show with rest in heaven, Mr. Kevin Samuels.
Yes.
Kevin Samuels, it sounded like he succumbed to a heart attack. I read that he suffered from a cancer in his college days, and apparently he beat it. But the treatment I heard for the cancer that he had could later on cause a heart attack was one of the side effects, or longevity side effects. And that everybody said that he drank a Red Bull. You probably watch him more than I do, but we were all definitely entertained by him. So condolences from us to his family and his loved ones
Absolutely.
and his friends. But how do y'all feel about all this shit forth about this man? Because I'm telling you, I'm entertained. I'm entertained. I'm entertained. I would never wish death on nobody, and I'm not laughing at this man dying, but I am so laughing at all the lost ass niggas who are not high value males. They're literally the high value male cheerleaders. They're the cheerleaders for the men that Kevin are talking to and about. Who stir up all the bullshit. But how do you guys feel about the that women are receiving for saying the little snickety shit that they're saying
That
in
is
regard?
karma.
Yeah, how do y'all feel about that as men? Tell me, go.
I think it. I mean, Kevin Samuels said some wild shit. Let's talk turkey. The nigga said some wild shit. So,
Fucked up
but
shit about black women, degrading them.
right.
He was a general speaker though. Like, why are you so affected if you are not that? So I find it funny that the people who got highly emotional and highly offended and highly, want to fight for the ghetto bitch that he's talking about, who is a 5 and thinks she deserve a 10 with 5 mentality and 5 behavior. And like, not only are you a 5 in thought, bitch, but you run around here like a 5. The bottom of your feet is black at the club. So those are the
You
bitches
sound
that
like
he's talking about when he general statement, and so many women become offended when these simple ass bitches call his show with this. It's his show, it's his platform. He can say, we say a lot of shit on our show. Even the first show, Peaches was like, hello. You understand? I made a general statement. Generally, most women,
right.
you know what I'm saying, don't propose, but it didn't apply in that situation. So when Kevin
Right.
speaks, it doesn't apply in many situations, but generally, unfortunately, it does. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
I seen a right and a wrong to stuff he was saying. He just said it so harshly.
It was so.
So he didn't
He
have
has no
any
tact.
sympathy in it.
He had
Yeah,
no tact.
and no sympathy in it. So it came off wrong.
He was
The
not. He had no
message was
charm.
solid, but it just came off wrong.
Yeah,
But
he
people
had
talking
no
about
charm. He was
no.
not a charming man at all.
But I think that
To
was his
me.
whole gimmick. That was his
Yeah,
whole thing.
to be a
He
dick.
wanted to be, yeah,
He was a
he
dick.
wanted to be
He
antagonizing. He
reminds
wanted
me
to
of
be
an
that way.
ex of mine, and I think my ex actually likes him, and it makes me laugh so hard and just be so thankful that I am no longer stuck in that situation. But like, how do
Right,
you value yourself so much to where you're just like cold and fucking lonely because you're listening to a fucking person who died with no trust or living will, and nothing basically to his name. He had no woman who truly loved him through all of his fucking flaws and
right,
shortcomings, because we
right,
all have flaws and shortcomings. We
right,
all do. And each
right,
of us sitting here on this podcast right now have people who love us through our flaws and our shortcomings. And why
right.
is that? Because we are conscious of who we are individually. We know we are not
Mm-hmm,
perfect, and those
mm-hmm,
people love us because we are real about who we truly are. I don't
right.
personally feel like Kevin was true about who he really was. Like you said,
That
Greg,
was
it was
his.
a
That was a
gimmick.
gimmick.
Yes.
It
Yes, it
was a
was a
gimmick. That was
gimmick.
his stick. That was his come up.
Hmm.
It was all propaganda. So,
Exactly.
but that was his thing. That was his hustle. So I can't knock that. But at the
Yeah,
same
so
time,
you
you can't
can't
say the
knock
man
him.
is.
Yeah.
You can't say the man is dead because of karma.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
had
yeah.
heart disease. Heart disease is one of the number one killers in
Of
the
black
black community.
men today
So,
is
I mean,
heart disease.
karma is
Number
cause and
one.
effect.
Like y'all need to eat a diet of the Westerners, or I mean the Easterners, or like y'all need to change y'all diet, because whatever the fuck we feeding y'all is killing y'all.
I
And
didn't
Yeah.
I didn't watch all his little episodes. I mainly watched clips. I probably called a few shows. He was just funny to me. Period. Like, you know what I mean? But,
well, Jamal, the pastor, and
I didn't. Yeah.
Jamal
What
Bryant,
happened with that?
he said some real shit. Jamal Bryant said some real shit about a general statement that he made, and he used it in his sermon to uplift his congregation. There was nothing wrong about what he said. All he was saying is, if a man is devaluing you, five that came to church on a Sunday, give it to
Mm-hmm.
God. Don't let a man devalue you. You redefine your life. He is not, the Alpha and Omega, or nor as one man. But everybody became so offended because Pastor Brian ain't about shit. He cheated on one of the baddest bitches in the world, Giselle Bryant. That's on Housewives of Potomac. Like, he looks
So,
good. My guy is over here stuck right here. But yeah, like they were so mad at the pastor because the pastor ain't about shit, bro. Like, he is raggedy as hell. Like, he was messing with Tweet. She was in the choir of his church, but he has a really big
Tweet.
Tweet, the singer, the artist. Yes, Missy's artist. Like, he's something else. He has multiple children outside the
more, that's
marriage of his housewife wife. Yeah, he ain't about shit. So they felt like but again, not a gimmick, but yeah, a gimmick, because we all know black low key, not to be
Yeah.
all the way taken all the way serious like that.
Mm,
But we don't know saying that we love our black people. But
mm,
in that
mm,
sense, he was on stage preaching. He is not himself. He is not the sinner. He is not the cheater. He is not the fornicator. He is not
mm.
that Jamal Bryant. He is Pastor Reverend Jamal Bryant, and in that state and form of who he was, that at work that day, he has the right
Right.
to say whatever the hell he wants to say in his house of the Lord.
Right. Right.
Like,
that,
this is the
I
house
gotta
of the
watch
Lord.
it.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It's his house in the way that he decided to tell y'all to serve the Lord. Because that's how I feel about
S, why
church.
you froze?
That man is gone. I just don't know. We're about to wrap the show up and leave him like that, though. I
it's
don't know what to
pros.
say.
Your face
Yeah,
is froze. Your old froze ass face.
yeah, you're frozen. It's
You look
sad.
like Clavel. Hey, I'm Clavel.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. But Look at him, everybody. Look at us. He was about to say something.
It's still frozen.
You look like you had a stroke.
Yeah.
Shut up. It looked fine to me.
Yeah. Everybody, that
Nigga,
was
no.
Not at all. That was our 30-minute show for the week. We will be back next week
What
with
about our
some
sponsor?
more
What about hold on? What about our
hot
sponsor?
topics. What about him?
Our sponsor?
Yeah, you ain't gonna say our sponsor.
I don't think we
So
got
we
one
ain't gonna
for
get
today.
paid.
Right. We catch up with it. We do the sponsor on the next one. I was trying.
All right, take us out of here.
All right. This has been Natural Born Foods Podcast. Thanks everybody for watching it. Remember to rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and tell that friend to tell another goddamn friend. Just tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
All right, peace. And pray for us.
Pray for this stuff. That's nigga right here, y'all.
I can't believe I was